All right, so this is the look that you guys are going to be learning how to do today. That I'm cute, I'm naturally cute type of look. I really wanted to get this out there because I know there are a lot of people who are mothers and who just, you know, they don't really want to spend a lot of time on their makeup. I get you. So that's why I have individual lashes on right now, because Señora life has been so hard and it's really hard to find time to put yourself together. So the eyelash extensions have really cut down my makeup time by a whole 30 minutes. I already know exactly what it is that I'm going to use. So all the products that I'm using today are literally must-have products. So if you don't really know much about makeup, I would recommend for you to do this makeup look. I did something similar in my Knockin' Boots makeup tutorial, but this is a little bit more glam. Other than that, I wanted to thank you guys so much for your love and support. I know for a while I had blocked the comments, but you know, I'm 23 going through shit and I felt like I needed time for myself. A huge apology for those of you who fuck with me and, you know, who just want to really use the comment section to talk about what they're going through or products that you want me to review. Comment section is open. Feel free to comment whatever the fuck you want. Also, I am going to be at BeautyCon LA. Hello. I'm going to be walking up in there casually as fuck with the banda behind me. I'm just kidding. I don't think that they'll allow me to take banda, and if I took banda, I think that they would escort me out. I'm only going to be there for, I want to say, 2 hours. I will be announcing the time that I'm going to be going on my Snapchat. So if you don't follow me on Snapchat, my username is the same as on here. It's the same as the one on my Instagram, Twitter. I will be accepting hot Cheetos. My personal favorite are the extra hot. But feel free to bring me Snickers. I love Snickers and Kit Kats. All right, I'm just gonna shut the fuck up and get started already. The first thing that I do when I start to do my makeup is apply moisturizer to my lips. This lip balm that I've been using is so bomb. It's called Love Your Body, and it's a crystal glazed gloss by MAC. It doesn't come off as pink as it does in the little tube. Seriously amazing. To moisturize my skin, I'm going to be using the Kim Tai collaboration with OFRA Cosmetics, and it's called Wanderlush. I've been using this ever since she came out with it, and I haven't been using anything else but this. Now I really like to press this into the skin. Now if you have areas that are really dry, your foundation is just gonna hang on to that part of the skin. It's gonna look patchy and it's just not gonna look right. So please use a good moisturizer, and ladies, if you have oily skin, be a little bit conservative with your moisturizer, because I have dry skin. So dry skin, you need a little bit more skincare. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my face. I'm using the Smashbox Photofinish primer. This has been my favorite primer for a long time, and I get sent a bunch of shit from different companies, and honestly I can't really fuck with anything else like the way I fuck with this. And I start in the area where my pores are very visible, which is on the nose, and then I kind of just start to distribute it all along the rest of the face. Now what I really love about this primer is that it really does eliminate your pores. It creates this fine veil layer on top of your skin. The foundation that I'm gonna go in with is the Frankie Rose foundation in the color Olive. You guys know that I always use this foundation. It's literally my go-to because it's like a medium coverage, so if you want super full coverage for that day, you can just add 2 layers, or if not, you can just go with 1 layer. So I dot this literally everywhere, and then I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender. Now take your time with this step, because foundation is very important for this look, and you wanna make sure that your foundation is evenly distributed from forehead all the way down to the neck. I already have lash extensions on right now. They're so dope because you literally wake up, you already look cute. Like, you don't even really want to do your makeup, but once you do your makeup, you're able to do kind of you know, that no makeup look, that, oh, did you do something different? Not like, damn, that bitch is wearing a shitload of makeup. So now I'm gonna go in with concealer. People are sleeping on BareMinerals. This girl from Sephora actually recommended this to me. Shout out to Sephora Riverside. It's so creamy and blendable, but yet it still has that natural skin type of feel. You see how it blends out so easily, which is why I pack on a lot, honestly. I like a very, very highlighted under eye. A bitch is extra like that. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my favorite natural skin looking bronzer, and it is the Chanel Soleil Tan. This has like a mousse texture to it, so it is bomb. I really love that this is buildable, and they only have one color, which sucks because I would really love for them to really expand on their colors. It blends so seamlessly. And by the way, I am using a MAC 130 brush. This is amazing for cream contour. I haven't tried a brush that works like this. I believe that Morphe has one similar to this, but to be honest, I don't think I've tried it. I'm gonna go back in with my beauty blender just to like blend out edges. This is my favorite part of the makeup. I really, really, really love this product. And I love that it has a little tube application. So it's really, really easy to get in there without having to like squeeze out this product. So this is like a highlight liquid, and it's by Girlactick. When I first got it, it was a little bit difficult to work with, but I literally found a way to really, really, really make the glow look amazing on the skin, which is to use it before you set your foundation. That's the key with liquid glows, because if you put it on after you've already applied your powder, it's gonna be a hot mess. It's just not gonna work. I'll leave all the product listings down below, and then all the coupon codes that I have. I do have a coupon code for this, so you guys should definitely try them out. I'm going to set the face using my Chanel translucent powder. And before you set your foundation, since the concealer has been sitting on the face for a while, it could have already creased. So you want to make sure that you blend out any creases before you powder, because if you powder and you have creases, your makeup look is gonna have creases already. Press it anywhere you see any type of moisture. You're just gonna press it underneath your eyes. This is perfect for people who have oily skin. Now, since I have dry skin, I literally just bake my T-zone. Everywhere that I highlighted is where I'm going to be baking. Now, I don't bake for a long time because, like I said, I have dry skin. So if I use too much powder, it's gonna make me look crazy. With the Chanel translucent powder, it's very, very thin, so it's not as thick as the Laura Mercier. I stopped using the Laura Mercier because I felt like it was a little bit too cakey whenever I would bake like this. So whatever I have left over, I'm literally just gonna drag like along the face. For the brows, I like to comb them out first. For this look, I'm gonna be using a brow powder. This is by TamNova in the Mink Duo. I'm using a MAC 266 angled brush, and I'm just gonna roughly fill them in. When you're doing looks like this, you wanna make sure that you don't overdo it with the brows, because then you kind of fuck up the whole look. It's like, how are you gonna have carved ass brows for a soft, effortless look? So now I'm gonna go ahead and dip my brush into both powders to grab a little bit of that dark. And I'm just gonna line at the bottom of the brow to really just bring out that shape. And I'm gonna conceal as well, but I just wanna make sure I have a good base. And now at the top of the brow, I'm just gonna shape up from here all the way till the end. And I want to be neat because I don't want to conceal the top. So the neater you can be up at the top, you avoid concealing. Brows take a while, so don't feel bad. And conceal, I'm using my Maybelline FitMe concealer in Sand. And then this is my favorite brush. I swear this is literally the only brush out in the market. I swear I've tried all brands for this type of flat eyeliner brush. This is the C450 flat eyeliner by Royal & Nickel. I just really love this one because it's the only brush that can carve out my brows so precise. The reason why I use this concealer and not the thick ones that I used to use by MAC or by Anastasia is because it's such a thin concealer, you're not able to see the thickness right here underneath your brow. So it gives you more of that natural looking brow. It's not so carved out and just harsh and intense. This step can either make or break your eyebrows. So please be in an area where your chiquillo's not around, where your dude's not around, where people are trying to conversate with you. If you feel like you overdid it with the concealer and you don't want to go in with the brush because you'll fuck up the shape, you just grab a tissue paper, press it against your brow, and it'll literally rub off any excess concealer that you have. And it's sticky enough for the eyeshadows to just grab on, and the pigment of the shadows do show up. I'm gonna start off by setting the under part of my brow, and this color is just so perfect for that. And we're literally just gonna push this up against that concealer that we applied, because you don't want to mess too much with that brow that we fixed up, and just kind of drag it downward, and it'll kind of help blend everything out towards the end. Going into the crease, I'm going to be using MAC 224 and this color right here. It's going to be our transition. Very lightly, we're going to drag it across. We're going to do all around the eye. This is going to give you that very chiseled eye, and you can't really see my crease, which is why I really emphasize to use these types of colors to really make it seem like my eyes are bigger than what they are. And if I didn't have the individual lashes that I have on right now, I would recommend to use Ardell Wispies. That is a good alternative for this look. Like if I didn't have these lashes on, I would wear the Wispies. And now we're gonna go in with a more precise brush, which is like a tapered blending, like a MAC 217. A dupe for the MAC 217 is the Morphe M433. I actually stopped using the MAC 217. I don't know where it's at, but this works just as good. So I'm just gonna grab it on the tip of this, and I'm gonna stab it into the crease. This is just gonna bring the intensity. And I really want to drag this all the way up to the front of the eye. Notice that I haven't been blending this part at all. We're literally just depositing color. The edible literally just started to hit me. My eyes feel hella low. This is the Makeup Shack. I don't know what it is. It's just a flat shader brush. It's really flat actually. And I'm gonna take the gold. I'm really gonna dig into that gold to really get that pigment. And we're just gonna apply this all over the lid. And if you are wearing individual lashes, just make sure to keep the pigment on the actual lid and not so much on top of your lash, because the fallout literally lands in between your lashes and you can't get that out until at the end of the day when you're about to wipe off your makeup. I'm going to tightline my waterline using Smashbox Always On Gel Liner in the color brown. I really love these liners. They're very creamy and pigmented, and I usually only use brown liner. I rarely use black. So on the lower lash line, I'm gonna start smoking it out using that color we used in the crease. And we're just gonna drag this down onto the lower lash line. And we're gonna connect it up to the top part of the shadow. This is the Morphe E36 pencil. And then I'm gonna use an even tinier pencil brush. Morphe, I don't know if it says 515 or Morphe M513, and it's a tiny little ass brush. And I'm gonna take that brown in the palette right here, and we're gonna drag this on the lower lash line, and keep that one a little bit closer to your lash, your actual lashes. And you just keep switching off these two brushes. Taking that same little tiny pencil brush, I'm gonna grab that brown and we're gonna add that on the outer corner of the eye, just to kind of give you a little bit of a cat eye, but without the wing. I love to put brown right here because it gives me that smokiness up at the top, because I feel like it's just too plain if you don't add this. And then it helps connect this outer part of the eye as well, because you have that brown smudged up at the bottom. So you want to have something to connect it to on the outer corner right here. Watch, if I get closer, you can literally see exactly what I'm talking about. Like on the left side right here is no smoky on the outer corner. And then on the right side is the smoky outer corner connected to the bottom. It's two completely different looks. I personally like the smoky one because it kind of gives you that like flirty eye. I'm going to use the highlighter that we're going to be using for the whole face. And this is a MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish in the color Oh Darling. The reason why I hold it up like this is because I broke it. And this is one of my favorite highlighters. It is so bomb. We're going to apply that with that thick pencil brush. And I really love a intense inner corner highlight. And you can drag it upward as well, because you want to make sure that every time you apply a shadow, there's no start or finish line on the shadow. Like everything needs to be seamless. So when you're depositing something on your lids or on the inner corners or whatever part of your eye, you want to make sure that you blend it in. If you deposit, you blend. You don't just deposit. Okay, so I am done with the eyes. All I need is just a little bit of mascara. This is my favorite mascara of all time. Banana Budget. This is literally what I used when I was in college. This is what I used. I've been using this forever. And I've tried other mascaras and I haven't found one that works just as good as this one. I like to do about 3 layers. Like I do one eye and then while the other one's drying, I apply the mascara on the other, until you have about 3 coats. I love spidery lashes. A lot of people don't, but I do. I just need to comb my lashes. Now what you can do with your individual lashes is use kind of like a brow gel to kind of blend in the powder that landed in the lashes, because sometimes like when you use a lot of shadows or you have a lot of fallout that day, it can just really whiten your lashes. Oh, I wish they had like a shampoo of this because this is bomb. It's the Brow Sculpting Gel by Ardell. You can find this at Sally's. In the lash section, it's all the way at the bottom. Alright, so I literally just need highlight and then my lips and I'm completely done with the look. So I'm going to be setting my face with the Morphe Prep Set. This is literally life. Like I stopped using MAC Fix Plus because this is just so much better. The reason why I go back to using the Fix Plus is because I've been using it for years and it was the only thing on the market that I was obsessed with. But what I love about this one is that it's literally a continuous spray and it's so evenly distributed, so you never have a bunch of patches that are just wet and then the rest of your face is dry. So you just get a nice dewy type of mist and it sets your makeup just perfectly. I always like to set my makeup before I apply my highlight, so that way my skin is a little bit more moisturized and it's not so powdery, so that when I apply my highlight it just glides on. For my highlight, I'm going to be using my Morphe M438 brush. I love it, and I'm taking the one that we used for the inner corner of the eyes. And this is going to intensify the highlight that you already have underneath without looking chalky as hell. Especially because I have textured skin, so if I use just powder for highlight, it just makes me look so gunky and patchy and dry and crispy. It makes my skin look like a Dorito. And for blush, I'm going to be using MAC Fairly Precious, and this is a extra dimension blush. I hate using matte blushes. They're just not for me. At least I haven't tried a matte blush yet that is able to just look creamy and look like skin instead of powder. So I'm using the Morphe E48. I suck at memorizing brushes. And I'm just gonna apply that right in between the highlight and the bronzer. So all three mesh together. I think I'm just gonna like intensify my cheekbones a little bit more. I'm gonna go in with MAC NC45 Studio Fix powder with a E49. And I'm just gonna kind of carve out the cheeks a little bit more. This is just gonna intensify that Chanel bronzer that we have underneath the powder we used to set it. The reason why I really love to use this powder as a contour powder is because this is a face powder, and MAC's face powders are so amazing. I seriously love them because they're really creamy and they just blend out. They make your face look so airbrushed. And how can you go wrong with a darker skin tone powder, because it's gonna blend so much better than contour kits. Finally, I'm down to the last part. I'm gonna be using Coco Italia lip liner as always. It's my favorite. So I draw the line and then I like to feather it inward to kind of give me that voluptuous lip shape. It contours your lips, I guess you could say. This is Ferris Nude by L'Oreal. By L'Oreal. I'm gonna apply it into the center, and after I'm done applying it to the center, I'm just gonna drag it on top of the lip liner. So it's gonna make the lip liner on the outside much lighter, but it's still gonna give you that contrast. I love how moisturizing this lipstick is, making it so realistic. Like, it's a realistic lipstick that's just gonna make you feel beautiful. Topping it off on the center of the lips, I'm gonna use Please Me Lip Gloss by MAC. I really love this gloss. I'm just gonna applying it to the center to give you that dimension and that really sexy pout. I feel like when you use glosses on the lips, it makes a girl look so sexy. I don't know why. So that is the look. Just take a second to stare at me really quick. Yes, I am naturally pretty.